Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today here at MadWorldTarot. And our theme today is the reconciliation stories that are circulating at the moment. And this particular one involves Princess Beatrice as potential peacemaker. And so I have the Tarot of Curious Creatures on the tarot table because this is rather a curious story about someone who probably doesn't want to be the subject of such a story. Princess Beatrice, we know she allegedly has had her security beefed up when she's doing royal work. So she's obviously viewed as part of the inner circle. And it's interesting that the story is now coming out from Grant Harold, who was once a royal butler. He buttled for a bit, and now he seems to be butting in wherever he can, making a bit of has a bit of a side hustle as a source of stories for various tabloids. And according to Grant Harold, Princess Beatrice is the one who's going to be the peacemaker, and this is because she has a very good relationship with Prince William and Prince Harry and the King, and they all trust her, and she is going to initiate peace talks between them all, bring them all back together, because that's her sort of personality, and they all trust her, and this is what she really wants. And she has such a good relationship with Harry and Meghan, even despite them exiting, that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is rather worried about how close Princess Beatrice is to Harry and Meghan. So that's the background. That's what this Grant Harold character has to say. My eyebrows went up when I read this today, and I thought, really? And I wonder if Grant Harold is now taking the place of Tom Quinn, who seems to have disappeared, sadly, because I was very fond of Tom Quinn and the stories that he cooked up for our delectation. We're going to ask about this story. We're going to ask about Princess Beatrice and her role in the royal family, where her loyalties lie, her feelings about Harry and Meghan. What does she really feel about them? How the Waleses view her, William and Catherine. Do they view her as friend or foe? According to what Grant Harold said, Catherine is worried about Princess Beatrice and where her loyalties lie. And then we're going to ask, finally, is she likely to embark on this peace project? And where does this story come from? Who is feeding this story to Grant Harold? I'm sure he hasn't just made it up all by himself, or maybe he has. And but we're going to ask, and we're hopefully going to see. I'm just need to shuffle these ones that went flying in. Sorry for the endless shuffling. And I think we're good to go now. And let's remind you, as I lay this spread out for you, that this is tarot for fun and entertainment. All my opinion, it's all speculation, and it is just energy that I read here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So I will guide you through the reading, and we will see what the Tarot of Curious Creatures has to say about Princess Beatrice. As far as I'm concerned, she never went down the road that Princess Eugenie did, where she befriended the Parkholes very conspicuously. Ooh, we have the Ten of Swords as the underlying energy of this reading, and that is bitter endings, ruin, dark night of the soul, all that kind of stuff. Very bad endings, backstabbing. The Ten of Swords is about betrayal and ruin and just the worst energy that is ever possible. It's in reverse, trying to fix that, trying to almost resurrect something. I said we're in reconciliation territory, but it's coming. My sense of this card, my reading of this card, my opinion of this card is that it's coming from California. That energy, and this energy of ruin and desperation, desolation, and please, can we fix it now? Beatrice, come on, Beatrice, make it right. That's the energy, for me, in my opinion, situation that we're dealing with. The Chariot, this is the project that we have to push forward now, because it's pushing forward energy, literally momentum, drive, goals, ambition, purpose, the Chariot. It is also, of course, Prince William. And he is the one in the driving seat now. Not only does he have his hands on the Duchy of Cornwall, our previous reading if you're interested, but he also is on the way to becoming king. We don't know when, obviously, but it might be relatively soon, without upsetting people by saying that. I'm trying to say it diplomatically, but he's on his way to the big prize. And so if you're going to try and reconcile, you need to hurry up while there's still King Charles around, who might have some sentiment towards Harry and Meghan. William certainly doesn't. So we've had various contenders for peacemaker recently, messages sent via the press that come on, so-and-so, now's your turn to be peacemaker. Beatrice's turn, her role in the royal family right now. Six of Wands, there she is, very much her, isn't it? I knew that I had to use this tarot deck. I knew she'd show up. She is a fire sign. So there she is, the Six of Wands. She's doing very well, because it's a card of praise, of accomplishment, public achievement. You're seen and you're noticed. She's just been given the title of Best Dressed Woman in the UK, I think. And so there it is. She's glowing. She's basking in the praise, and she's doing very well. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I have to be very, very clear about this. This is not nasty energy. It's just she's doing well, and she's acknowledged as doing well. She's dressing much better. She's looking lovely. She's obviously serving the royal family. I'm asking about her role in the royal family. She's doing very well, and she's seen as doing very well. So obviously, situation in California is pretty uncomfortable when you have that now, and you are this poor sad creature, all forlorn, sobbing on the floor. So where do her loyalties lie? A tricky question. Where do her loyalties lie? According to the energy of these cards, Two of Cups. And I don't think that that's Harry and Meghan. I think that is the Prince and Princess of Wales, because of the lion flying, the winged lion flying above them. And of course, Cups, it's water, water sign. It's the happy couple. That to me is the Princess of Wales kind of a figure. Her loyalties lie with them. We've already had William show up in this reading, the Chariot and his Cancerian energy, and I do think that that is loyalty lying to the Waleses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and not to those two in California who can't bear to look at each other, as we saw in the interview on CBS on Sunday morning. So we'll test that though. How does she feel about Harry and Meghan? How does she feel about Harry, first of all? Here's her cousin, so she can't really hate him. There he is, the Knight of Wands. That's his energy. The traveling, the adventurer, off on his travels, off on his adventures. She doesn't have a negative view of him. So cousins, they were always close as far as I can tell, and this source might be true, that she is still in communication with him. He thinks he's the fun guy. He's fun Harry, off having his adventures. He bounces in every now and then. Well, that's how it used to be. I think they used to hang out and party together, as far as I can recall, a long time ago. So okay, her opinion of him is, it's all fine, it's happy, it's jolly, it's Prince Harry. There he is, the Prince Harry that we used to know. I think she still sort of maybe hankers after, still believes that he is that. Meghan, her view of Meghan. And we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, you see. This is the card of realization after being deluded. And it tells me, and this is my opinion, and I'm speculating, that she might look at Meghan and think, well, she herself sees Meghan differently to the way she maybe first saw her. And she might also think that Harry sees Meghan differently to the way he first saw her. And that's, as I say, the card of no longer being deluded, of seeing clearly, realizing something about someone that might not be very comfortable to know. And so she still has warm feelings towards Harry, her cousin, her old, child from young days, hanging out, playing, partying, whatever. Meghan, her opinion has changed, and she might also think that Harry's, or know even, that Harry's opinion of Meghan has changed, and not for the better. So moving on to the Waleses and their feelings about Princess Beatrice. And I'm getting a bit anxious as I'm heading for this column. So let's see. William's view of her. Prince William's Queen of Wands, there she is. Our fire sign lady, our Leo, in all her glory. He is very, very, very proud of her. That's the word I'm going to say. He's proud of her. That is Leo energy in its best form. When it's loyal, it's warm, it's in that position where it's regal. She's very regal. She's become regal. I think she really channels a lot of energy from past lives of being royal. Of course, I'm sure they've all had plenty of go-rounds as far as this is concerned. But I think that she does have ancient energy, maybe Queen Victoria kind of energy in her. William sees it, and he likes it. He admires it. I think he really enjoys her. Her view of Harry, Knight of Wands, Prince William's view of her is elevated. It's higher than that. That he sees her as queenly. So, Catherine, how does Catherine feel about Princess Beatrice? There were the days when Beatrice and Eugenie were quite nasty to Catherine, as far as I can recall. I'm having to dredge up ancient gossip now doing this reading, but very ancient gossip where they were dismissive of her because she was middle class and they were blue-blooded princesses. So maybe there's no love lost. Let's see. Where are we now? We're Ace of Wands, and it's progress, it's movement, it's communicating. It's not love, it's not admiration, but it's definitely not somebody who's very worried about where someone's loyalties lies, and that maybe Princess Beatrice is too close to Harry and Meghan. This is not this. This tells me that things might be moving, things might be unblocking, that if there were obstacles in their way previously in their relationship, those might have unblocked, and they very likely have unblocked as a result of two things: Harry and Meghan's disgraceful, in my opinion, behavior, and Catherine's illness that might have brought them closer. But it's forward movement, and it's chatting. It's having conversations back and forth. The Eight of Wands. So maybe messaging, talking to each other, getting together and getting to know each other better in quite a dynamic way. Okay, so is Princess Beatrice inclined to be peacemaker? And she may. I mean, she definitely has feelings still, good positive feelings towards Harry. Got the Emperor. That's bossing up. So she may be somebody who would think, I've got this in charge, I've got it in control, because the Emperor is all about control and ordering and organizing and managing and getting things going, getting those troops marching. It's also the king. And she might feel that while the king is king, and it might be something that she could do. She could reconcile, I would say him, I wouldn't say her. She might do it. It's a very powerful card. We've got some quite powerful energy here for her coming through. So it's not a no. It's not a hell no at all. So it's possible. It's possible that this is something that she could undertake, or that she might be the person that they trust to do this of all the potential candidates for this kind of role in due course. I'm not getting any sense that this is in a rush to happen, just by the way. I'm getting no sense of rush here. The sense of despair is the underlying energy, and it's not coming from the royal family. It's coming, for me, reading the energy, my opinion, coming from California. So let's see who might have inspired the story. Where did Grant Harold get the story, allegedly? And we have to say that. And of course, we are speculating here as ever. And we got, we got the Temperance card, and it's in reverse. And we all know, and I'm sure you can quote with me now, that when the Temperance card is in reverse, the angel becomes the devil. Someone who's very impatient. It's coming through as female energy because of the cards, the artwork on the cards. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but today, because of the artwork on these cards, it does. For me, energetically, and it's about patience when it's upright, impatience when it's in reverse, excess, extremes. Someone who is not patient is someone who is not modest and moderate and kind and gentle. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's been a busy all singing, dancing day, and the voice is about to pack up now. But somebody who isn't on the side of the angels, somebody who is toxic, somebody who is dangerous. That is my opinion. And I think we've said enough now about Princess Beatrice, and it does look as if there is some possibility that she could be the one to set the wheels in motion at some stage when the story has to be resolved. And it will have to be resolved. The has-been will have to be brought back into the royal fold in some very small capacity, in my opinion. So small that he'll fit into a gamekeeper's lodge on some remote estate, possibly even in Transylvania. How about that, Harry? How about that? That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.